a new third note on the 3rd of January 2017 on a great work on not on the beach by Nevil Shute. Sorry for that, I'm planning a few notes for today, so for a moment I didn't know which is which and what is it for now. And anyway, it doesn't matter because the end of the world will come if we consider this the main message out of this extraordinary masterpiece, as I see it, because it deals with the theme of nuclear destruction, which is ever present. It's not like in the 60s when we had the crisis, the Cuban Missiles crisis, then there were some hotspots where nuclear alternatives were considered. There was a high tension between the Soviet Union then and the US, the free world, the Western world, basically. But we can't say we have peace in our time. The infamous quote coming out from a meeting with Hitler, the then British Prime Minister, because we have the Russians ever more pushy, interfering in US elections, occupying Crimea. The Chinese are building up military facilities in the South China Sea, which seems to be, in their mind, theirs. So, all sorts of trouble. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, the lunatic from North Korea announced that he's on the verge of having nuclear weapons, which that he already has, but nuclear weapons capable to reach the US. Well, Donald tweeted that it won't happen, and then again that China, which is gaining so much from the US, doesn't help North Korea. Complicated world, in other words, and with this guy Trump receiving the biscuit, I hear they call the codes for the nuclear weapons in a matter of a couple of weeks or so. We're not better off, much better off than in this book by Nevil Shute. I anyway refer to the adaptation, the drama based on the book, which was broadcast by the BBC and that I listened to. And I mentioned the submarine, Scorpion, going to Port Moresby. They return. The relationship between Dwight Towers, the captain of the American submarine, and Moira, his Australian lover, is ever more intense. The captain still thinks of his family, his wife and children, but they are 100% gone now with the rest of the world north of Australia. However, they are in contact with another submarine, American submarine, this time on the coast. This one on the coast of South America. Rio and Montevideo are the two places where it's going, but the news are not good from there either. And suddenly, there is hope. I felt optimistic because there's a message coming from Seattle, the US. And now I'm thinking where to start. I didn't have a spoiler alert. On the other hand, I don't have anybody listening to this, and if there will be 2 or 3 watching it, what are the chances that they've reached so far, I mean, the third note on this, and they listen to it, and they mind having been told what's going to happen. Anyway, why not stop here though and not provoke the audience, which I intend to do in an upcoming note for later on today. I have Moby Dick in mind, and I'm going to throw it on the floor because I didn't like it even this time. Second meeting with it. And so for now we'll stop and just say it's an extraordinarily powerful message, and I like the way it's constructed, I like the plot, I like the fact that for the gravity of the message with the fate of mankind at stake, it doesn't it's not verging on to optimistic happy endings. There you go, I have it. But it's not really catastrophic. I mean, we are not, if I'm going to explain, you still have something to read about, because I'm not saying what happens, and I'm just saying it's not a catastrophe. It's not, you will have to see what I mean. It's not a happy ending with everybody's living forever after Armageddon, the movie, and they all survive. But it's not up in a big cloud of smoke.